Hello friends, in this video we will be discussing about the syllabus of General Aptitude section that comes in GATE. We will also discuss the tips and tricks that are required to solve this section. In our previous videos we have already discussed about what is GATE. That GATE is a national level examination and is conducted in the month of Jan and Feb. The paper is of 3 hours duration, 100 marks and 65 questions. These 65 questions are divided into 3 sections: General Aptitude, Engineering Mathematics and Technical section. General Aptitude section is further categorized into verbal ability and numerical ability. In this video, we will be focusing on General Aptitude, like how we can fetch more and more marks from these 15 marks. According to GATE official notification, verbal ability includes English grammar and its usage, sentence completion or selecting words, verbal analogies, instructions, critical reasoning and verbal deduction. Blood relations, making judgments and odd one out. If we analyze previous year's papers, we found that most of the questions were from the topics that are marked as read on the slide, that is from English grammar, sentence completion, blood relations, making judgments, odd one out. English grammar and its uses is a vast topic and covers tenses, articles, nouns, prepositions, pronouns, reported speech, etc. So this topic can be dealt with only when you are studying English regularly and you are proficient in it. If you have not studied this earlier, then we suggest you not to focus on this topic now, as only 3 months are left and it will be a mere wastage of time to study this topic. In sentence completion or selecting words, you will be given a sentence with the word bold or underlined and you have to find out the correct word against it, or the sentence will be half complete and you have to choose an option which can complete the sentence. In selecting words and analogies, your synonyms and vocab should be good enough to relate the meaning of the words. For this topic preparation, you can give daily 15 minutes for improving your vocab, and by the end of 3 months at least, you can have a chance to score in this topic. As you can see in the slide, the question here, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal. So grasping word is underlined. And you have to find out a synonym that is closest to the meaning of grasping and that suits this particular sentence. So this question is from selecting words. And for this question, you need to have a good vocab. And this vocab can be easily learned if you go through this dictionary or synonyms, antonyms in these 3 months, 15 minutes daily. The next topic is verbal or logical deduction. It is again one of the most important topics on which 2 to 4 mark question can come. In this topic, each question has a mini statement followed by 4 statements, and you have to deduce the most appropriate conclusion from those statements. As you can see on your screens, there is a question here. Consider the following statements relating to the level of poker play of 4 players. There are 4 statements and you have to find out what conclusion you can get from these 4 sentences. Again, a little practice of say 15 minutes daily in this topic can help you in fetching marks. Blood relations and odd one out are the easiest topic in this section. For blood relations, you need to memorize some basic relations and you will face no problem in solving the question. I have jotted down here some of the basic relations that if you memorize, you can solve all the questions related to blood relations. Like mother's brother, father's brother is known as an uncle. Mother's sister and father's sister is known as an aunt. Husband sister or wife sister is also known as sister-in-law. Husband's brother or wife's brother is known as brother-in-law. Mother's father or father's father is known as grandfather. Mother's mother, father's mother is known as grandmother. And the other four relations, son's wife, daughter-in-law, then daughter's husband, son-in-law, brother's son, nephew, and brother's daughter, niece. So these are the basic relations which if you memorize, then you will find no problem in these questions. I'm again telling you the topics that I have covered in this video are very important, and if you master these topics, then you can surely get 15 marks from this section. So finally, for verbal section, if you devote altogether 30 minutes for practicing questions on these topics, you can easily score good marks, as these topics are the most possible topics on which questions comes. Now have a look on numerical ability section. According to GATE syllabus, this section covers numerical computation, numerical estimation, numerical reasoning and data interpretation. In GATE 2016, the topics covered were number series, problems on trains, time and work area, set theory, graphs, and data interpretation. In number series questions, you will be given a series of numbers with a specific pattern. If you identify this pattern, then these questions can be solved in a mere flick of time. Some common patterns are squares and cubes, square roots, cube roots, prime numbers, arithmetic progression, geometric progression, or the combination of two or more basic functions. As you can see in your slide, you will be given a series of such a type. Like for example, your question comes like complete the series, and you will be given 1, 4, 9 and 16, and you have to find out the fifth number that comes in this series. So you can easily identify that the series is of squares, like square of 1, square of 2, square of 3, square of 4. So the fifth number will be square of 5. A little modification in this type of question and a different type of question will become. So other type of questions, prime numbers, square roots, AP, arithmetic progression, you already know, A plus D. Like in this first series, 1, 4, 7 and 10, D is positive 3. And in the second one, D is minus 2. The difference between the first number and the second number, or you can say the difference between two consecutive numbers in the series. Then geometric progression, and then the combination of two or more basic functions, as you can see in this slide. Like first addition of a fixed number and then multiplication of that fixed number, 2 plus 2 and then 3 multiplied by 2. So these are some of the basic patterns that we observe in examinations. So if you master these patterns, you will be able to solve more and more number of questions. Another important topic for numerical ability section is data interpretation. This is the calculation intensive section consisting of graphs, charts and tables from which data is to be analyzed. Most of the students try to skip this question considering it as time consuming, but you need not to worry about, because the questions that follow the data are very easy and only basic calculations are required to solve it. This question appeared in GATE 2016 for civil stream. Sale of 4 products in different quarters is given and you are asked about the product with highest revenue. Although it involves long calculations, but if you are quick in addition and multiplication, it's worth to attempt it for gaining 2 marks. Then we come to the topic of time and work. I have collected 3 different types of questions in this topic. You will find around 95% of questions based on these. In first type of question, you will be given the number of days in which A and B independently can complete the work, and then you will be asked in how many days they can complete the work together. This is the easiest type of question. The same type of question can be modified slightly to form a different question. The second type of question will be like A is more efficient than B, or A can complete the work in 4 days less than B. So in how many days will the work be completed if they work together? And the third type of question is when an equation is given like 6 men and 8 boys can do a piece of work in 10 days. 26 men and 48 boys can do a work in 2 days. So how much time will be taken by 15 men and 20 boys to do the same type of work? So these three patterns, if you master, I'm dead sure that you can easily solve other types of questions also. You just need to master these three types of time and work questions. Our next topic is mixture and allegations. In this, the first type of question is when it is given that a vessel is the vessel has 3 parts of water and 5 parts of syrup. How much mixture to be drawn to get final ratio of water and syrup as 1:1? And the second type of question is when unit price of 2 commodities are given along with the ratio, and then you have to find out the price of a third commodity, which when mixed with first 2 will make a mixture with a given unit price in the question. Like in second question, tea worth rupees 126 per kg and 135 per kg are mixed to form a ratio of 1:1:2. If the mixture is worth rupees 153, so here you have to find out the price of the third variety, which is in the ratio of 2. Tea worth rupees 126 and 135 are mixed in the ratio of 1:1, but the third variety is mixed in the ratio of twice, and the resultant mixture is of rupees 153. So you have to find out the unit price. Again, all the questions are based on these two types. Little modifications in these questions and a number of questions can be created. So if you master these two types, you can easily solve 90% of the questions related to this topic. For any further doubts, you can write to us at myguides@superprof.com. Thank you.